Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is a very exciting day because I am bringing on the Feebi team to launch their party. This is the party. This is the big launch. And I am pretty pumped to introduce you to a tool that my friend Rupert told me about, and I was able to get a really great demo and pretty much fell in love on the spot. So we are going to roll into it. There's a lot of exciting things going to happen today. You're going to get a chance to win prizes. You're going to meet the team. You're going to find out why, whether you're an agency or a restaurant, you must have Feebi. And even if you are using a different platform to build your chatbots, Feebi is an amazing complement, and it's going to take it to that next level with ease. You don't need to do anything fancy. Literally, my 5-year-old could use Feebi and she could be out making me money. I don't know why I sent her to summer camp. She could be making me money today. So without further ado, let me introduce the Feebi team. We're going to roll them all in here. Oh, we just got the whole gang is here. The whole gang.
Hello.
Hello.
Everyone say hi. So first I want to introduce Charlton. He is the creator of Feebi. Welcome, Charlton. How are you today?
I am great. How are you, Kelly?
I'm doing all right, thanks. This is your first live video, isn't it?
The first ever live I've ever done.
So Rupert and I got you on.
Should be good.
Awesome. And then obviously, Rupert, if you'd like to introduce the rest of the team, that would be amazing.
Sure. So over here we have Jack. Jack, do you want to just say a quick few things about yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm a video content creator and I'm looking to create even more video content to help agencies push sales with like Feebi and all that kind of thing to really target customers and really make more sales.
And this is Maria.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm a languages expert. I'm hoping to push Feebi into a global market. So we can reach out to sort of Spain, South America, Italy, and across the world. So translation is my thing.
And then there is Faye, who is in Bath at the moment. She couldn't join us in Bournemouth here, but she is there as well. So Faye, do you want to introduce yourself quickly?
Hi, I'm Faye. I think most people know me by now, but I copyright. So I am around to do all Feebi comms, chatbots, emails, like public facing, and anything you guys, if you buy Feebi, might need to make it a little bit more unique and special for you. And I also write all of Rupert's emails. So yeah, that's me. I'm going to sign off in a minute, but I will watch live and I will be in the comments. So hi, nice to see you all. Anyway.
Awesome. Well, it's really exciting to have the whole team here. This is going to be an exciting day because not only are we going to learn more about Feebi, but you could actually win Feebi, right? We can win a deal where I'll let Rupert kind of explain it. But if you do want to play along, just go ahead and type #Feebi in the comments. Also, we ask that you would share this out, tell your friends about it. I promise you, this is one of those apps that I normally don't get this excited about an app, but I was like, legit, I need to be a part of this in some way. So this is the big deal. Rupert, do you want to explain what you guys are giving away today?
Sure. So today we're going to be giving away a free for life account. You've only got to use a #Feebi in the comments wherever you are, YouTube, Facebook group, Facebook page, wherever you're watching from. If you use the #Feebi, we're going to be able to watch you inside of the comments this way. And the question for winning will come a little bit near the end of the video. So I am setting you up to stick around for the entire video to hear what we've got to say. And at the end of it, you're going to find out how you're going to win a free for life account. And you could use this for anything, you know, from demonstrations to clients, or just use it for your own restaurant if that is where you are sat. So please make sure you do the #Feebi, otherwise you will not be entered in, and I am going to be very stringent on this one. Unlike my last videos, I'll just give away stuff.
It was like whatever, just like give it away. Also, even if you don't win, you can still try out Feebi for free. Check out my link down there. It's in the description as well, stellar.tips/Feebi. check it out. I promise you're going to love it. I actually read a review that was just posted to the Feebi Facebook page just like yesterday that I thought was so great. Unfortunately, I didn't pull it up, but the premise was they were a Manychat user and they thought, how could I even make this better with Feebi? They were very skeptical. And then they added Feebi and said that it truly leveled up the entire game for them. Like they use it with Manychat. You can use it with several other platforms. What other platforms is Feebi currently integrated with in terms of chat building platforms?
Let's not ruin all the secrets.
Oh, we're not there. We're not there yet. Okay.
We'll get the slides out, and then we'll get to the point of telling you what else we integrate along with on chatbot builders and other systems as well.
Love it.
The recommendation or the review you're referring to is from a beta tester called Lars, and he had a lot of good input for us to actually excel a few things on Feebi, didn't he? From extra buttons to extra inputs to extra delivery companies for the order and delivering capability for Feebi as well, for more American capabilities than what we currently have for the UK. So it's very good to hear from them and ultimately implement what's new, because we did that and he gave us a lovely review for it and we made Manychat and Feebi better.
Awesome.
So, yeah, go on.
We also have here, Todd says, yes, I'm unclear on the integrations until I have the personal experience. Well, like I said, Todd, you could try it out for free. Just go to stellar.tips/Feebi. But with that, why don't we roll into a bit of a presentation so that you can kind of share what it's all about and why people should be as excited as I am.
So, we've got a few slides to go through. We've already said about if you want to enter into the competition, make sure you use the hashtag #CutPhoebe inside of the comments. Hello, Rena. Nice to see you again. Just seeing some of the comments come up, some faces I know and some names I know. Nice to see everybody. So today, first off, we've already done Meet the Team, but we're going to move on to a video explanation. We've got who is Feebi for? What is the mission of Feebi, the problems that we solve, the solutions that we have, how to set it up. We're going to show you a bit of a demo, some of the integrations. We'll talk about the roadmap to 2022, and we have our early bird offer that you have to stick around to hear about. And then we've got the competition results. So you're going to be sat in for a little while, everybody. So make sure you're getting yourself comfy.
Get your water, get your coffee, get your cocktail.
Yeah, get your beer, get whatever it is.
Whatever you're into.
Whatever you're into. So as you can see, Charlton, founder, CTO, risk taker, always smiling, cares about the details. We heard about his other bits earlier. You've got me, co-founder, never sleeps, sometimes smiles, always takes care. I think, was that you?
You don't smile.
You don't?
You don't
was that you who changed that word?
I think so, probably.
You think?
Yeah.
It used to be. It used to be never smiles, but between now and then, whenever that is, someone's changed it to sometimes smiles. So it might have been Faye or Charlton. I think it was Faye for some reason. I think she's laughing. Anyway, we've got Faye, the copywriter, writes things and drinks a lot of wine. That used to, she likes a lot of brunch, but now she likes a lot of wine. We've got graduating this year, the next Tony Stark, Jack, with his amazing video skills, and we've got Maria, head of linguistics, language fiend, and Myra of all things mathy and musical. So carry on. So the first thing we want to do is for you to just pay attention to this video. You may have seen this video in one of our groups. You might not, you're not going to be able to hear it, but you can basically get the idea of what Feebi does. So if this is your first time you've ever came around Feebi, then this will be a big thing for you to watch so you can understand the context of what ultimately Feebi is going to do for you and your business. So as you can see, plenty of different messages come from lots of different channels, and it is very hard to ultimately keep all of the answers always available to everybody across every single channel. It's usually a lot easier to resolve these if you've got an AI that can ultimately group all of the conversations together and to be able to answer them with one simple, nice answer from a nice, simple form, just like you can see there in the video. And as you can see what needs resolving, what doesn't need resolving, and needs assigning to a human. From here, it will push it to the human area on Feebi, so that you're going to be able to converse with your audience over any channel. Ultimately, saving you all the time so you can serve more and not have to message anywhere near the amount that you need to. Now, if we carry on, who is Feebi made for currently? Well, Feebi is made for the hospitality industry, restaurants, we're talking cafes, we're talking bars, we're talking nightclubs, we're talking takeaways, and we're talking pubs. So if you have any clientele, or if you are one of these types of business owners, then Feebi is made for you today. In another word, though, Feebi soon will be made for everyone. Okay, coming into 2022, at the end of this year, the main goal that we have is to build further AI into other niches of locations, hair salons, bars, gyms, hotels, retail, cinema, and much more. In fact, if you do have a niche area that you are looking for, or niche type of location, and you don't see on the list, you can visit our feature requests and be able to vote up or add your own features or niche of business that you would like to add. Now, what is Feebi's mission? So, as far as I like to think about it, I don't know about you, Charlton, but it's to be simple, effective, and fast.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What about you, Jack? Simple?
As long as the videos look good.
As long as the videos look good. Jack's got the right answers for absolutely everything. I swear it down. So, what do we mean by simple? So, simple has no tech learning curve. You only need to fill in a form. Is basically all you've got to understand. Now, Kelly, the first time that you used Feebi, or you actually jumped onto it, what was your initial reaction from it? Because I've thrown Feebi at loads of different people from the chatbot world over the last 3 weeks, and I've had some amazing people say, ultimately, this word, simple,
it's just easy. Yeah, it's so simple. I literally was like, dude, I could put my kids to work here. Like, this is so crazy. But it's like you said, that's exactly how I have described it to my students and everything when I've talked about it in my private community, is that it's simple, effective, and fast. And it's just fill out a form, and it's like magic. And whether you are the restaurant or you're an agency, and what I've been telling my students, my agency students in Baby Got Mentorship, is that they can walk into any restaurant and say, here's something I can offer at a low cost, and it's like your foot is in the door, and then you can upsell them into all the post-marketing. But this alone is so simple that the margins on the return of your investment as a agency is huge too.
Couldn't say it better myself. Next slide. So effective. I would say we're very effective, and all of the effectiveness comes down to Charlton, to be completely frank, because he is the person who makes the AI and makes it ultimately, effective to the point of ever responding. So, do you want to give a little input on why and how you've worked on making it so effective?
Yeah, I guess the key thing is to continually retraining. The good thing about Feebi is that as more restaurants go into our system, we get more conversations into our AI, and then we can keep retraining and retraining. So every time that someone says something a little bit differently they doesn't understand, we go back, retrain it, and deploy it to all the restaurants or hotels or whoever it is to make it super smart.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to train your AI. Unlike with other tools, if you've ever used any AI tools for your chatbot, you do not need to train it. You've got Charlton behind it, or the rest of the team, but you've got Charlton as the main guy with the brain, putting all of the work into the AI, training it, so it only gets better from all of the customers that you can throw into your restaurant or your AI with Feebi. So it is an amazingly simple and effective tool, but even more, it is super, super fast. I mean, Kelly, I'm going to have to call on you for this one, but how quickly did you set up your account?
Oh, gosh.
I mean, how fast do you think, if you wanted to be the fastest, not just like a normal speed, but how do you think you could go if you wanted to be the fastest at it?
So I actually signed up for my account while doing a video, because I was shooting a video for you guys, and it took me a little bit longer than it normally would if I were doing it, and I'll let you know how long that is. If I were just going to sign up a restaurant, because I had to think through how do I want this demo to look, and so it probably took me about 5 minutes to do it as a demo. If I were doing it for a restaurant, it would take 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Literally you answer questions that if you're the restaurant owner, you know what the questions are. So unless you're inputting your entire menu or something, it's really just about I love the location thing. I literally can look up the location on Google Maps and it just pulls everything in. So it's insanely easy and fast to set up.
There you go. I mean, that is ultimately our mission, being simple, effective, and fast. With no matter how we like to deploy what we're going to be doing over here with future updates to Feebi, everything is going to follow those 3 words, and it has to ultimately before we'll deploy it across absolutely everything. Oops, wrong button.
Yeah, Ruheen here in the comments, if you guys see Ruheen making comments, she's actually been using Feebi for one of her friends' bagel shops, and she's been speaking very highly of it in our community.
I think Raheem was on the Google beta.
Yeah, with the shop in San Francisco.
Yeah, that was it. So she's actually been through the through all the Google side of things, which is actually very exciting because not even Manychat's got that yet, guys. Not even Manychat. We're ahead of the curve. We're ahead of the curve on that one.
I don't even think they were going to implement it until Trilce and I were all over Mike. We had Mike on a like a community chat thing, and we're both like, so are you guys going to do Google Chat? And he's like, nah, we don't really see it right now. And we're like, whoa, stop, hold the phone. You need this, has to. And we had to explain to him. And when he walked away from that, he's like, well, I think we're going to look into that. So yeah, this is like, it's so important for retail, for brick and mortar, for restaurants. This is like a must-have feature.
Definitely. So what are the problems that hospitality businesses are facing? Well, there's a lot of problems that they are facing, but ultimately we've got a few here that we can talk about with how Feebi is going to be the solution. So restaurants are increasingly spending more time having to reply to messages to their customers. There's increased cost to replying to customer messages, being you're spending more time, takes more time out of what you should actually be doing. The increased demand for new information from customers. Customers are always coming up to you with new information that you thought that you've covered everything across your website, but all of a sudden there's something new you need to be able to do. It's been difficult for businesses to be able to have new channels are always open. Updating information to all of your channels at the same time is cumbersome and complicated. And you will have a loss of sales from not replying fast enough to people. I'm going to show you some screenshots, funny enough, from me, because I went ahead and messaged about 100 businesses around my local area just to go and see what their messenger channel would ultimately do. So I've got a few fun screenshots to see what happens if you're not using all of your channels. And ultimately you leave your customers unhappy and from a lack of information. So these are the problems that ultimately your business, any hospitality business, I'm more than sure today, will be experiencing across any of the channels such as Messenger, Instagram, Google Businesses, or just normally their website. So, you know, this is what I was saying by like, you need to stop this. You say hello to a business, Cope Brasserie. They're a very large chain over here in the United Kingdom. Must have like, what, 20, 30 possible locations? Don't worry, guys, you can talk. The microphone will hear you. You can say something. You don't have to nod.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. But as you can see from here, all they said to me was, thank you for your message for the inbox. This is unmonitored. They unmonitor it.
Ridiculous.
And then they say that they unmonitor it, and then they tell you to piss off to some other link somewhere else on the internet.
You may as well hang up the phone.
You may as well just hang up the phone.
Can I just really quick? Can I just tell you a quick story about like a bad customer? First of all, I'm what we call old millennial. I was born in 1981, so yeah, I just gave away my age. But you guys let me know in the comments if you agree. I hate getting on the phone. I will not call a business. Unless it's like an emergency, I freaking hate the phone. So Mother's Day was coming up. My mom was coming to town, my sister. I wanted to take them to my favorite wine room in town, but I didn't know if they were open on Mother's Day or if I had reservations, so I messaged them where else on Facebook, because naturally I'm there all the time, and no reply. I commented on one of their Facebook posts, no reply. I messaged them on Instagram. Literally, I messaged them everywhere you could message this company. I even emailed them through their online form. No reply. I had to pick up the phone eventually. This took 2 weeks, 2-week process when I finally was like, crap, I love this place. I want to make sure I could take my mom somewhere special. I finally called them, but it was such an annoyance. And to me, that's like, most people would not have taken the effort that I took. And that's just because I am mad in love with this place. But when I saw this tool, this was the first company I thought of. And I was like, next time I go in there, I'm going to show them this. I'm like, you don't even have to pay me. Just go use it because you're driving me nuts with this.
I know what you mean as well, because I feel like when you message a business and they're just blanking, don't reply, it leaves a bit of a bad taste in your mouth. And they haven't even done it. But it's the absence of doing anything. Yeah. You've just got like a negative impression of them. Like, I can't remember the name. you know. But I asked the restaurant, like, oh, do you have any like vegan options or anything? And there's just no reply. And so what did I do? I went straight to a restaurant that I knew had vegan options.
Exactly. You're going to lose customers.
Yeah, I didn't take the chance because they didn't reply. So,
and that ultimately is a loss of revenue, and that's one of the problems that we mentioned, you know, that we ultimately need to stop. And within the space of 3 minutes with Feebi, from the whole simple, effective, fast side of things, it's all over and done with.
Look, everyone's saying they hate the phone too. And I will tell you, I'm 40. My dad is 70. And I was telling him this story about how I hate the phone. And he agreed. He hates the phone. Nobody wants to call.
Same.
Stop making your customers call you. You are losing business.
Jack's got this one. So as you can see, Bamalams, another nationwide restaurant chain here in the United Kingdom, literally tells us, phone us, go to this other website, go to another email, literally any other way to contact them is what they ultimately tell you to do. And for the last one, the Bristol Stables is another big chain, and again, I doubt any of the buddies going to see this from here, so I don't think they're going to mind us using this. But again, they literally tell us that they don't observe these messages. Please go to this website. You should find all the information there. But again, that doesn't give you an instant reply or tell you what you need to know if you need to know it. And I can't say anything better than what Jack said a minute ago, ultimately, about it. So, stop ignoring your customers. There we go, it's the last one. So, you know, these are some rough graphs on some information that we found on the internet, and ultimately I made some ideas on what this is possibly going to look like going into the future, so please don't quote me for these things here. But as you can see, over time, restaurants and hospitality are going to be spending more and more time having to answer these questions unless they are going to ultimately put AI into the mix to be able to hold the conversation in between of when a human agent can't be there to do their job, because ultimately I don't feel like it should be their job. I feel like it should be Feebi's job. And I feel like that because guess what? A human is much better at serving you food than answer your questions, because they're quite rude, aren't they, usually? I mean, like, I'm quite blunt on messages myself, so I'd be awful at customer...
No, come on.
No,
You? What?
I'm not blunt, not in the slightest. I mean, I'll be great at customer service and customer satisfaction. I'll be, like, so brilliant at it. Yeah.
Hey, Rupert, we had a couple of quick questions that keep coming up. Will it be multilingual or only in English? I had 2 people asking about multilingual or language support.
What language are we looking for?
Right now I have someone saying Danish. I'm not sure what the other one will be, but I'm sure Spanish will be a big one as well.
Spanish is our first place to go. Danish?
Danish, unfortunately, not. Well, like, not in the near future, maybe.
Not in the near future.
Yeah, looking to make it more global.
For everybody that's actually interested in languages, if this is a question, because this has been one of the most popular questions out of everything. I'm just going. You okay? Do you want to talk to the camera for a minute and tell them about the languages that you can speak and basically a bit of background in your AI side of stuff and everything?
Sure. So I'm actually a student. I do engineering mathematics, and it focuses quite heavily on coding side of things. So obviously when I heard about Feebi, I was like, oh, this is an AI, this is amazing, it does such cool things with the training data that we give it. So I grew up in Eastern Europe. I've lived all over Europe pretty much. I speak Italian, French, Spanish, Russian, Ukrainian. All of Eastern Europe is pretty much covered from my childhood. And I have a very multilingual family who have just absolutely nurtured this love of languages. So languages are my thing, and to get a business having better outreach is absolutely what any business wants at the moment, especially as, you know, things are becoming always more global, always more communicative, and especially on this sort of internet interface that we've all been using over this last year so much more than we have ever before. So, yeah.
So yeah, trust me when we say for languages, we are going to be covered by Maria here and all the hard work she's going to put in, I'm sure. So we'll see some stuff sooner maybe than we might have thought by the end of this year for languages, but Spanish will be the first one we're going to be going after, and then after that we'll explore how quick and what other languages ultimately we should do. But again, for everybody who is looking for a language, I need to explain to you, please go to the Feebi platform. You'll see in the bottom left-hand corner feature requests, and from there you can vote on what language you would like. Okay, so we will listen to the popularity of these languages, but first off, the first one will be Spanish.
And join the Facebook group too, because I know you're always doing polls in there and everything for feedback on stuff as well.
Yeah, we'll hear feedback.
All right, David had another question. How much can Feebi cover with food allergies?
Yeah, sure. So so you can add your menus into the platform. You can select whether they're vegetarian, they're vegan, gluten-free. You can even go down to the point of saying that you provide halal meat. We do also have an allergen message that you can put in, so the AI will pick up them asking for that and respond with that.
Nice. Lots of questions coming through. I'm like totally interrupting your presentation. We're going to take these questions. Does it integrate with Go High Level?
Not today, but we've got good things cooking in the next month.
Awesome.
So expect something.
Awesome. All right. I think we got the majority of the questions. We can head back over to your presentation.
So carrying on from the pain points that businesses are having, these are the pain points that customers ultimately have. And like you heard Jack say earlier, with the way of how he basically deterred from going to that first place because they couldn't give him a vegetarian option. He went somewhere where they knew that they could be able to get this. I mean, this is one of the most obvious kind of pain points that customers have. And it ultimately, like Jack said, because I couldn't say any better, leaves a bad taste in your mouth as a customer, because it's not the fact that you get a bad problem because they haven't done anything. It's not that they have done something that's annoyed you or something like that. It's the fact that there is nothing that basically leaves you. And yeah, you're basically losing money, and these customers are not going to be happy with you at the end of the day. And customers depend on fast channels, I've got to be frank. Like the way that the world's ultimately moving, we know as chatbot builders that the future is based on channels and not on the phone. So these are some statistics came up with on what kind of way that customers like to contact and how many sales you'll be losing from these people ultimately not looking into actually coming to your venue because of the bad service that you have been able to give them. The solution to your problems, well, I'm pretty sure you must have all guessed it. We must have used the word at least 100 times so far today. It is Feebi, okay, where you can spend less time messaging and more time serving. So just run through these. General inquiries, table reservations, menu requests. You can automate up to at least as a minimum 80% of your restaurant conversations or your hospitality venue. It works across all 4 of these channels: Facebook Messenger, Google Business Messages, your website widget, and also Instagram messages. The setup for Feebi couldn't be simpler. You've heard us talk about this a little bit earlier in today's video, but all you need to do is add your restaurant to Feebi, fill in the questions as you can see on the little form on the side there. You then just need to connect your channels. Now this is as simple as when you connect, say, Facebook Messenger to your Manychat account, just for an easy example. So click button, find the page, connect that one, and you're done. And then after this, ultimately just move on. You don't just move on. There is nothing else really to do. Fill in the form, connect the channels, and you're done. I mean, there's maybe a little bit more you can do, but ultimately at the end of it, that is all you've got to really achieve. So this is a nice video that Jack came up with, how to set up Feebi in under a minute. So you can't hear this, but you can see the screens, and ultimately you can see you create yourself a quick account. After this, you'll add the business information from the address to the business name, your phone number, and what are the opening times. Afterwards, you've got a few general questions that you need to be asked, from the sense of disabled access, whether you let dogs in, if you have a dress code, your menu, how you handle reservations, all of these general bits. And then it is as simple as I said to connect the channels. This is a simplified form of it just because we got it on the video for you, but it is pretty much 1 or 2 clicks to connect everything. And then just like this guy, you can do nothing. Like I said, do literally nothing and just let Feebi crack on in the background, helping you to make sure you give better customer satisfaction to your customers. Now I've got a bit of a demo, so I'm going to show you around Feebi and load Feebi up on my computer and just give you an actual demonstration of all of the things we've ultimately been talking about. I should have loaded up this tab just beforehand.
The internet's been very slow.
Yeah, the internet is very slow. Sorry about that weird screen there. I was like, oh no. Oh, no. So as you can see here, these are the channel connections. All you've got to do, as it is as simple as click through, sign in, connect and add the pages, just like you do on pretty much anything else that you have connected messenger or conversational channels to. After this, you have your venue details. Like I said, you've only got to fill in this form, guys, and that is all you've got to do. There's lots of added extra information that you don't initially get once you filled in the form the first time. So if you come to the venue details, you can add things like special days when you may not be open, like Christmas Day, for instance, or Halloween, or whatever you've ultimately got going on. So you can add as much more information than the initial information you initially add within here. This is your conversations area. Inside of the conversations, this is very much like the live chat area you might have experienced from Manychat or many other chat platforms. Inside of here, if Feebi cannot understand what the customer said, Feebi will say to this customer, hey, I'm very sorry, I can't understand you. I'll go fetch a human. Would you like this? Yes or no? And if the human then clicks yes, it will then open up this conversation for you to then communicate with this person from the live chat area. Now, inside of the live chat area, it is very simple for you to just go ahead and resolve the conversation. And once you have done that, it is going to go back into the area of where Feebi can then use it. I clicked the button wrong, didn't I? So basically, let me show you this again. So I want to make sure people see these things. So we reopened it and go to new, and now I have the conversation here. Because the conversation is in the new folder, this means that Feebi will not interrupt if I decide to have a conversation with this person, so the human agent can take over. If I go ahead and click the resolve button, this will now push this conversation into the resolved area, now letting Feebi to continue with the AI automations for you. Over here we have custom triggers. This is very much like keywords. You would have came across this inside of potentially your Manychat account. But from here you can basically create those very unique things that ultimately the AI won't answer on a global level. As a very simple example, if you were to have an event that only happened on a very particular day and that event had a particular name, you would be able to create a keyword response that could then divert all of those questions away from you having to deal with them inside of the live chat. And inside of your settings, we've got everything that's boring, from your API to your Manychat connection, which I'll be speaking about in a minute. Also down here we have the features request connection area, and also our community. So I'll just jump back over here because I pretty much just rushed through pretty much all of that here on all of these slides. I didn't feel
some questions that came in too while you were doing the demo, if you want to catch up with questions real quick.
Let's do questions.
All right, let me catch up here. We did language. Okay, how are the menus added? Is it PDF upload or ...
Yeah, I'll let you show. It's PDF upload or via a link. So you can.
It's your choice.
And you can put as many menus as you can, and then you can also select the options of whether it's a vegan menu, vegetarian menu. So when someone says, "Can I see your vegan menu?" it will show the correct menus for that.
Awesome. All right, the next question is from Stuart. Are all answers branded by Feebi, like in the Happy Flowers demo?
So the only time Feebi is mentioned is when she introduces herself. There is no other time that she'll refer to herself as Feebi.
So it's like for those of you who do chat marketing already, if you were to create a welcome message in, say, Manychat or any other dashboard, you would say, "Hi, my name is KellyBot," or whatever you want to call it. Same concept. So it's not necessarily my name is this brand. It's that Feebi is the name of your assistant, if you will.
AI assistant. It says it's an assistant inside of the text. It's only from the welcome messages when it's mentioned as Feebi, because otherwise it's completely
That's required. Yeah.
To a completely new conversation.
The next question comes from Kathleen. She says, "I assume notifications of job applications come in too?"
Yeah. So if somebody does ask about a job, which one is it? It's in miscellaneous. So inside of miscellaneous, you can say if someone does inquire about a job, how would you like to be able to inquire about that? You can tell them to go speak to a human agent. You can tell them to call us or email, or all three of them if you wanted to.
This actually, you basically answered this next one, but I just want to make sure that this person understands that this was answered in that last one at the same time. Yeah. Can Feebi link to, say, dial the outlet if the user wishes, or just live chat? And as you can see on the screen, you get to select how you want to handle the kind of crossover, if you will.
Get complete and utter control. And if there's other things that we can add to this, we're always looking to add more ultimately to this if you have an option that you think could preferably work for your location better. So, you know, always be in touch with us and, you know, post things inside of the feature request if you have other ideas, because I promise you, I'm very hot on the feature request board. I like having it the way it is. Okay?
I love it.
I like phoning up Charlton and going, I added something.
I love it. John Tanner, a man after my own heart, asks, can people sign up to a loyalty scheme from Feebi?
Yeah. So for loyalty and discounts, you can go ahead and create multiple different galleries of what you would like. You can upload an image, a bit of description, a title. We'll be soon be adding a button link option there, so you can then send them over to a website to come in and ascertain the coupon and loyalty. And a little bit in the future, a little bit further down this road, John, on this video, I'll be showing a little bit of the Manychat integration, so we can adventure even further into that marketing scenario.
Awesome. The next questions, the next two questions kind of are pertaining to the same. So Bev asks, how does the order and delivery area used? How is it used? And then Elliot wants to know, can it handle reservations? So I'm sure you can do both there.
Do you want to take the one on? Do you want to take these both on? I'll show it on the screen.
Yeah, sure. So with orders and deliveries, you can choose whether you just do pickup or you can do deliveries as well. And then you can also then provide a link you can either tell them to phone you if that's just how you take reservations, orders. You can send them to a website link, or you can send them to something like Delivery or Grubhub, and that actually shows directly in the messenger. So they won't be taken away from the conversation. They'll be direct.
It's like a web view, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. And then is Walletly integrated?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And can we add custom questions to Feebi? I believe that you already showed that you could, right? Those are the triggers.
That'll be the custom triggers, the keyword scenario. To also to go back to the table reservations, one of the people asked about the ordering and the reservation side of it. But you have plenty of options here that you can see for reservations, or whether or not if you don't take reservations at all. But Charlton maybe like to explain to you about some of our integrations to the booking side.
Yeah. So first off, it's a widget that would go onto your website. We can put that directly in the conversation, so that will handle the reservations there and then. We do have a conversational table booking flow, which is currently integrated into a couple of reservations, like reservation systems like ResDiary. They work really well. We're looking to expand that into more systems. But any system that you have that provides a widget, we can put it there. Or you can select your website link, and that can show it there and then in the conversation as well.
So basically, we've got plenty of different options available for any type of booking. Come at us. We want to see what widgets you got, because we will be able to add it.
All right, let's carry on.
Yeah, let's carry on then. So let's go back to the slides. Now, this is where I was going to show a demo with my phone, but unfortunately, the whole thing of getting my phone to jump over onto the computer wasn't enough time amongst all the other running around that we were doing in this room for about an hour. I
don't think your internet could take any more computers.
Yeah, I mean, like, I might try, but ultimately, honestly, if you want to come and do a demo, more than happy for anybody who's watching to come and get on a call with either Charlton or myself, and we'll show you a demo, or ultimately just go and set them an account and do it, because I mean, it won't take you anything more than a minute or two, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're talking about integration, some things that like get people excited for whatever reason. So we have got for chatbots, Manychat, maximum upgrade. Make sure you read that. Maximum. Plus the template, okay? We have also, I have done all of these myself. There is no documentation out there for everybody out at the moment, but if you would like to integrate alongside with Tap the Table, Botstar, ChatRace, ChatFuel, Active Chat, and more to come, I have done all of that already, although it is not as good as what the Manychat integration is. So it is limping in some way of calling it. Carrying on with the AI with marketing, Feebi Manychat combo. Okay, just to talk about this, but you can find the Feebi app inside of the apps in the Manychat app store. You can install it into your Manychat account. It literally takes less than a minute, although I wrote down here 3 or 5 minutes for whatever reason. That might just been for the template. Afterwards, all you got to do, very simple, add your Feebi API key into Manychat, and then do the exact same thing and add your Manychat app API key into Feebi. And there you go. That is pretty much all you got to do to get an AI with marketing combined from Feebi and Manychat, which is a very real chat solution. Now, just to talk about very quickly, because there was a chat earlier who asked a question. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. John, I think it was, who asked about the coupon side and the Manychat and the whole integration.
It was John.
Yes, so I just want to show you how this works on a quick. So there is a video if you want to go and watch it. There's a little video to go and watch here, and there is a free template as well. But let's just at a wide view just talk about what's available here. Now with Feebi, we answer a lot of general questions. We keep customer satisfaction to a high, but inside of these questions, like earlier when John asked about coupons and loyalty, for instance, you might want to trigger something more and something more customized than what Feebi would deliver from how you would fill in the form from the venue details. So from this interface here, what you're going to be able to do is to be able to decide who has priority. Is it Feebi that has priority, or is it Manychat that has priority? Now, if you say that Manychat has priority, what this will do is that any time that anybody mentions anything to do with coupons or loyalty or anything around this area, it will trigger a particular flow in your Manychat account. This way you don't have to worry about basically all the growth tools or the keywords, any of that kind of scenario. You've got all the AI power behind you to recognize anything that could be referenced around coupons and loyalty, and then send them into your Manychat custom flows, to which there you can handle all the conditional logic that you want to, and ultimately make as much of a marketing faff out of it as you want to, with adding all of your OTNs, getting the SMS numbers, getting the emails, and doing all the extra things that you would like to do. So it's very, very powerful, because Feebi has basically been made to be there in the background, but also to actually help pass over those things that we would consider marketing, and actually make sure that you can then also get a higher return of investment from those marketing flows that you've created. So that is me over and done with the Manychat integration side of things. As you can see, Kelly, you mentioned this chap earlier.
I did. There he is.
There he is. It's almost as if like I thought of this. But no, Lars, yeah, as you can see, everybody is watching. You can see that he said a lovely, great thing, how he had the Manychat and Feebi combination together. He was worried about having a negative impact, especially on his loyalty program. He had some keywords already organized inside of his Manychat account. He had some stuff set up on the Feebi side. He was worried that, essentially who's going to have priority. And because of some of his recommendations, that actually updated the way that we did our Manychat integration to make sure that Lars could ultimately get the best out of it, and along with some other people as well. So yes, we've had a few nice reviews since, let's say the 3 or 4 weeks that we ultimately started talking about this event and trying to bring everybody together for it. So it's been lovely to see that. So currently available for booking integrations, like Charlton said, you can literally work with pretty much any booking integration. We have already got a list down here, but there are a lot more to come, and we'll be going further into these integrations to actually make Feebi as the AI more creative, with trying to make sure that,
I guess.
Yeah, it's more conversational, more creative to acquire the booking, to actually check whether or not the booking was confirmed, to make sure we get a review after the booking, to remind the customer when the booking is coming up and whether or not if they would want to reschedule. So we're going to pull in, a whole load of extra work into particular marketing areas of Feebi, and this will be one of the first areas we'll have a look into. After this, we have channels. Currently, we are connected to Messenger, Web, Instagram, and Google. Potentially coming soon is SMS, and we'll be looking into WhatsApp as well. Currently available with ordering integrations, we have Deliveroo, Just Eat, Uber Eats. We'll be looking at other things that are available in the American industry. We've got a few recommendations from Lars, funny enough, so we'll get them going as well. But we'll also be looking into how can we connect to things such as Gloria Foods. And Gloria Foods, if anyone's interested about that, we're going to be looking at how we can present the entire area of their products available for purchase via our AI. So we're going to be trying to make sure we get either things like table ordering or delivery or takeaway or some things like this that are connected from other platforms. You know, almost like the tap the table one as well. You know, they have the whole same side of it. They're not connected to the channels as much, but you know, anything that basically provides all of the individual products, we're going to have a look into what can we work with best to allow our AI to work with those products and to ultimately try and sell them also to the customers of these hospitality venues.
Cool.
Now we have a roadmap and feature requests that will be coming. Actually, just before, I mean, Charlton, do you mind telling everybody when did Feebi start? Like, can you give a bit of background? Because we've got the beta launch, what we can refer to as in 2021 at the start of this year, but Feebi actually started a longer time ago. Do you want to explain the birth of Feebi? The birth of Feebi.
A few years back, I left my job to create a chatbot agency. But a chatbot agency that was sort of more focused on AI instead of like flow building or anything like that. Then we got approached by a couple of restaurants who wanted a chatbot, and it would be silly to just make one for them and then one for the other. So we decided to turn it into a software as a service product. So we got going with that, built the first initial version of Feebi, and then a few months later we had the pandemic. So we put it on pause.
The world,
yeah.
Shout out to COVID.
Yeah, right. So we put it on pause, and then now we're sort of reopening everywhere. This is why we're doing the launch now. But what's been really good is throughout the few months before lockdown and during lockdown is we've been able to have so many conversations going through the AI, so we can retrain it. And the questions over lockdown were completely like they were some of the most unique questions you could get, and it was great to see how the AI held up to that and how to retrain it and make it a lot better. So the AI at the moment is the best it's ever been.
So yeah, it's been around a lot longer than essentially the start of 2021, and Charlton has put a lot of love, a lot of attention, just a lot of commitment into ultimately having a very, very solid product for you to be able to acquire today.
It's an awesome product.
So as we've got the public launch today, 21st of June, see that's the second one. In July, we're going to be looking at a few cool features that will be coming. We've got something cool called the follow-up. So a nice little feature that once Feebi is ultimately finished with answering the consumer, it will then chase up that consumer for either their email, phone number, date of birth, or send them a website to go and click for. This is going to be able to, gain you a little bit more data. And again, this will be shared into other integrations, such as around August, we'll be looking into other integrations like MailChimp, for an example, and ActiveCampaign and other places where you would like to position this data for your marketing efforts. Now, things have potentially slightly changed. For this next one in November, we'll be looking into language and having something available, hopefully in Spanish. But Maria did happen as Maria came on board. We weren't exactly expecting it. It was a fun coincidence, really. And
someone who works with AI and speaks a lot of languages
and works in hospitality.
I mean, like you've literally you can't say how lucky that is. Like, I randomly go see a mate of mine from God knows how long ago, and I like bump into Maria, and like instantly we knew. Instantly I gave her my number, and I was like, we need to talk more. And now she's here. So maybe the November thing could be potentially earlier. But that is at least our plan, and we want to make sure we stick to the plan and make sure that you know what we're working on and how ultimately we're doing with it. And yes, going from 2022, we will be looking at taking everything that we've done over this last year and exploring into new AIs for new locations, for things such as gyms, hair salons, and other niche areas. So pricing, just to talk about this real quickly, every single Feebi AI for every single individual location essentially is $39 a month. This covers everything under unlimited. There is nothing really you can think of. It's just based on each location. You can send as many messages from any of the channels. You can have as many live chats as you want to. It doesn't matter, okay? We don't count, like Manychat, on the quantity of users, so that your user capability is going up and so is the price. It is one solid price that you ultimately would end up paying each month for Feebi. Now, I've seen this question a lot. I've honestly been slightly ignoring it up until this point, okay? So, sorry for all of you people there. I see there's Juan Sid who asked it a minute ago, and there's Kevin Rays, and I saw 2-3 other people ask the same thing. There is agency pricing. It is coming soon, okay? We can't say if there'll be any white labeling. We are looking into options, but there is something coming very soon. And when I say very soon, I can tell you that it'll be somewhere between the 13th of July to the end of July. So that event for agencies, if you are interested in the agency model and being capable of being really, really entwined into Feebi, and you want to make it one of your benchmark products of your marketing agency, then you have to be there next month-ish for this upcoming event.
I honestly think all agencies should do that. Like this is a no-brainer, easy sell. Literally, you walk into restaurants and you're like, hey, here's a low-cost thing. It is a door opener. People are always like, how do I get clients? This is how you get clients. It's inexpensive for you to resell. It solves so many problems, and it takes you 5 minutes or less to set up. You can make $100 in 5 minutes if you even wanted to price it at like you could price it higher. Who cares? Walk in and sell this.
Kelly, we've had agencies. I can't name names, but we've honestly had agencies sell Feebi for $300 a month.
I believe it. I believe it. I'm just saying, like, if you want to have a way to walk into a restaurant and sell it, and then at any price you could get away with it because it's that smart, and then start upgrading them, you could be making a lot of money because you're able to prove that this is solving problems. And there are two things that restaurants want, right? They want butts in seats and they want email lists. And this is going to help you do both of those things.
Damn straight.
Damn straight. I get excited. Because, I mentor a lot of small agencies, and that is a question I get all the time. How do we get clients? How do I start? I'm like, this, when I saw this tool, I immediately thought of my students, because I was like, this, y'all, is the tool that you walk into any restaurant and you could sell at any price, no matter your confidence. And then you can start having that conversation from then on. And it's so easy to set up that it takes you no time. We talk about low hanging fruit. This is going to help you do it.
So this is the big part of the whole video, guys. We're nearly at the end. I promise you, you've been a very great audience, sticking around for about 50 minutes or so, but we are very nearly near the end. This is the launch of Feebi, and this would not be a very, very good launch. No, there is no lifetime deal. Whoever asked about that, I can see you, 2% creation, 2Q creations, whatever it is. There is no lifetime deal. We don't believe in lifetime deals. It's not beneficial for us, and it's not beneficial for you ultimately either. If you are one of those people who really needs to pick up a very good deal in the launch, this is one made for you. We are going to give annual accounts for $99. This is about 80% discount from what we are currently selling Feebi for at $40 a month, which is $480, pro rata a year. But you are getting it for $99. You can find. You got the link or where the link?
So the code just. Yes, we've got the link.
We've got a link. We'll put it into the chat.
Or you can just click the upgrade button.
Or you can just click the upgrade button. So if you do want to, you can go into here, go to your upgrade. You can go yearly, and then
click continue.
Hit continue. Thank you very much. It's changed. This has changed since earlier. And from here, where is the code?
The promo code is over on the side there. There you go.
So you can go ahead, you can add launch, and just like that, bang, $275 off, and it is $99. Now, Feebi at $99 will never ever happen again. This is only happening for the launch. This is only going to be 100 codes. Yes, you can buy more than one. Yes, you'll have to go around the buy thing more than once to do that. Yes, you can sell these on for a year to your client if that's what you're thinking of doing. Yes, you can buy it and you can present it as a demo from your agency. Yes, you can buy this for your restaurant and use Feebi on the cheap for the next year if you were here at this live video, okay? Because this is the only place you're going to be able to have this. We'll never, ever, 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 ever.
This is never happening.
Never happening.
You better believe him too. This is how Rupert does. So
I kind of scraped him across the floor to essentially make this happen. So, like, you know, don't disappoint me either with not getting rid of the 100 tokens for your goodies today. Okay? So, like I said, never happening again. Won't ever happen again. Not going to talk about it. Moving on. So, yes.
all right, we have a couple questions if you don't mind.
Yep,
Unless you want to finish this up.
No, we'll
Okay.
move
I got to scroll up. That's how many questions. Okay, let's see here. Lots of questions about if agencies can use it. I think we've pretty much explained yes, agencies can use it. Let's see. I'm sorry. I have to scroll up so much. Oh, I see it. Okay. Will the conversation, let me just put this on the screen. Will the conversations with Feebi and live chat and Manychat be synchronized? I mean, can I see the same conversation with my client on both places once it's integrated?
Yeah, so it's completely up to you whether you want to see it on Feebi or Manychat. You can change that in the Manychat settings in our dashboard. So it's completely up to you which one you use. We do recommend using ours. The reason being is that means you can connect other channels that Manychat does not yet integrate to. And
Google.
Google. And then you can respond to all of your conversations in that one place. But yes, you can respond to Manychat.
Sorry, I don't normally say we're better than Manychat, because you know everyone, I got a lot of love for Manychat. I mean, I'm ashamed that I'm not wearing my Manychat hoodie, to be honest with you, today. But, you know, I'll be frank, our live chat's better. And we've already converted agencies from using the Manychat live chat simply because we've got more channels. We're kind of simple. Anyway, you do what you think's best, but yeah, we're better.
Love it. If you had a chatbot widget on your website, would Feebi open or the Manychat widget? I think it would depend on which widget you put into your website, right? I would put the Feebi widget on your website.
Yeah, it's non-dependent on anything to do with Facebook. That's the question you're trying to get to, John Tanner. It has no dependency to do anything with the Facebook
Which is
site.
exactly what everyone's been asking for a while. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So we give a complete web interface. There's no dependency on anything. Go to your website and bang, there's absolutely no problem with that.
I think that's super ideal because it's then gonna, you know, if with an integration with Manychat, you're still gonna get to see things happening. David here has a question. He said, could you program upsells with things such as Gloria Foods?
So, David, my answer to that is a 50-50 yes and no. This depends on your combination of things. So, no from Feebi doing it for you, because we're going to explore how can we excel certain other platforms into the AI, such as Gloria Foods, to make it available to abandoned cart, upsell scenarios, cross-sell scenarios, and, you know, ultimately trying to make sure that you're getting the most out of your consumer. But you could kind of somehow, I imagine, start today with a Gloria Food, Manychat, and Feebi combo, because Feebi would be there in the background looking for whenever a customer would ever ask for anything to do with menus or ordering or anything upon that nature. And from there you could then trigger Manychat, and that could go into your Gloria Food stuff.
Awesome. Stuart asks, is there a list of all the types of questions Feebi answers that we could use as a sales sheet to potential restaurant clients?
So you're asking about basically what I would refer to as an agency feature. I'm not talking about agency features today. That's next month.
Wait for it. Let's see. That's going to also be...
Super blunt. I can't talk about that. Get lost.
It's fine. There were a lot of questions on if you guys offer an affiliate program to the public.
There is an affiliation program if you're not what I refer to as we'll refer to as a freelancer more than the agency style. There's a 20% capability from that side of things. But yeah, that's cool.
Can I just point on the slide currently? If you are looking to upgrade, we've recently changed our upgrade flow.
Oh yeah, we did.
So when you click upgrade, click yearly if you're doing the code, and then click continue, and that will take you through a Stripe checkout flow, which is a much better, better user experience. So just click that continue button, and then you'll be able to put in your promotional code there. Right there.
There you go. And remember, there's only 100 of those, and half of them are probably gone. Let's not lie to each other.
There is a few people on the website.
Charlton's got a smile on his face, so something's going all right. Okay, something's going okay.
Awesome. Joe asked, can Feebi run things like a birthday discount campaign? Now, Rupert, I know you had mentioned that you can do things like reward programs and stuff, but is a birthday discount campaign something that you could do on Feebi, or is that something you would suggest running through like a Manychat?
It's marketing. Feebi is not marketing. Manychat is marketing.
M is for marketing, Manychat marketing.
And Feebi is for customer service, customer support, and customer satisfaction. Okay, you can allow the AI of Feebi to trigger a marketing response with the Manychat connection from our end, and this will explore into other chatbot or flow builder platforms as time goes on. But Manychat's my favorite, so that was done first.
Joe here is obviously a little late to the party, so no offense, Joe, but you got to go back and watch a bit, because Feebi can be a standalone, or you can integrate it. But as Rupert said, marketing is.
That is not the way we say it. It is standalone. That is all you got to understand. It is completely enough.
Yeah, you don't need another tool unless you want to do the marketing stuff.
Yes, that is completely it. Okay, and it is standalone. You do not need any other platform to use Feebi. It is optionable to you if you want to add Manychat and the marketing capabilities of that. We have our own connection directly into Facebook, exactly the same way that Manychat does. For all of their channels, we do the exact same thing, but we also do Google, and they don't.
And Instagram, and the standalone web widget. I mean, it's not like it's better, but it might be better.
Well, I mean, I don't like to show off, Kelly, but you're making it hard.
I'm sorry. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, if you start like Feebi, we've said this all along, you could sell this to restaurants right now, standalone, boom, making money, super easy for you as an agency. If you're a restaurant and you're listening and don't hire an agency, boom, super easy, go for it. So there's a lot of cool things. Google messaging, they said Google messaging integration alone makes this worth every penny. Amen to that. Oh, which widget? Can I purchase multiple annual specials? I believe you already answered that, and the answer was yes.
Who's that? Is that Marty? Marty, if you want to, you can get in touch with us. We'll sort you out, because I know you've got maybe a few to run a lot of different restaurants. But you can, if you want to, also do that lovely thing of just running round the payment window and make Charlton happy. And he'll get his smile happier if you want to do that.
It'll be quicker if you're trying to get a bunch before they run out. If you click the link that's been hopefully pasted into the chat, you can just click buy, refresh your page, click buy again, refresh your page, click buy again. The other option is just to send us a message, and we can sort that out for you.
Awesome. Chicho wants to ask, could we change the dialogues to Spanish, or do we have to wait until November?
November. Well, earlier, but this also, if I'm really bad, it's every time I'm earlier, then you have to stare at Maria, and Maria's turn around and well, technically this is I've only known, how long have you been around? Well, it's only been a week or two, isn't it?
Yeah. I had a Zoom meeting with Charlton.
Give her a minute.
Yeah, give us a minute, guys. We're planning it, and we're going to be getting on with it. And you'll hear from Maria maybe in the Facebook group and everything, and you can all be bilingual friends in whichever way you like to, and everything.
There's a lot of training data.
Yeah, you got to imagine all of the AI that this guy's got has got to be translated in something, and there's a load of other stuff that I'm not even appreciating myself, to be honest. It'll take a little bit of time, but we're expecting we are potentially expecting, that's my word there, to be earlier than November. Okay?
ASAP.
Trying. You're working on it.
The ID, you heard it from Maria, okay? And
Awesome.
if you do have anything you'd like to add or help on the translation side, especially Spanish, because that's where we're first going, get in contact with myself. I'll put you in touch correctly with Maria, and we can all, benefit from working together.
Awesome. Robin says, if we only want to use it for our agency, should we still upgrade today? I think that's a resounding yes. I mean, this is like an insane deal. It's the only time you're ever going to get this deal. So take
Let me put it
advantage
this
of
way,
it.
Robin. The agency stuff will be more expensive than what you're receiving today. So, like, if you come here in a month's time, the offering will ultimately be more expensive per AI unit in a month's time, and it is that's ultimately what we've got to understand. So if your question is, should I get maybe one or two of these so I could potentially pre-sell them in the future, answers yes. If the question is, should I get at least one or two of these to have a demo for myself, then ultimately yeah, because you're never ever going to get it ever cheaper, and this is just for the first year. And in a year, like the way I kind of think about it, if I was on the receiving end of this video, is I would buy one, possibly 5. I'd buy one for especially doing a demo, because I'd be able for a whole year to demonstrate what I know is going to come in a month's time, which will be the agency package. And if you do get yourself a handful of extra, then at least you're going to make a few extra quid or dollars out of that 1 year, because you could sell it to your client as a whole annual thing. Sell it as a 500, pay me for the year, and then at least you got that client for the year, and you can do plenty of upsells.
That's smart.
You could do it as a, hey, I got a gift for you, and then they stick with you for a year, which is another nice way to be able to deal with a customer, with a client, at least over the year, because lots of things change. There's a lot of avenues, but I'm just telling you, you're never going to get the $99 ever again. And if you can't bite on that one, then
It's never happening again.
yeah, like
Ever.
You can feel the pain in his voice. You can hear it.
you know,
Good.
imagine 3 years worth of love and everything John put into it, and then he's like slapping a $99 ticket on it. He's like,
It's worth so much more, though. And the thing is, you guys, you're going to make money on this. Like, literally, if you're an agency, you will make money on this. Doesn't matter. I mean, even if you don't get the 99-year thing, if it sells out, if you want to do it like a month from now and it's all gone, you're still going to make a profit on this as an agency.
Yeah, I mean, like the chap that I said earlier, $300 he sold it for.
A month.
A month. And
That's one venue.
There's one
location.
venue, one location. I mean, they signed on 2 or 3.
Yeah, but yeah. 300 per.
Yeah, they've signed on 2 or 3 now, and they've got
that's
3.
that's such a low price if you think of what it offers, really. Even that.
Yeah, and I think the only thing they've offered on top of that was to make some posts.
Perfect. It's perfect.
As marketing agencies, we laugh there, but I'm very serious about my posts.
Stuart wants to know if it's an American English or Queen's English. Both. It is both, though. Like, we were playing with it, and I'm in America, and it worked just fine. And it'll even do misspellings and stuff. Like, it's really smart.
Yeah, so we're supporting both English, England English, European English, and
If Faye's watching, she'll post a comment most probably and say that she'll orchestrate any changes for the Queen's English and American English, because she handles too many clients that annoy her around the copy scenario, so she's going to be more than happy to actually
I watch a lot of Love Island UK, so I understand the Queen's English.
that's English.
No. That's not
that is a whole thing we're going to get into on another day.
Another day. Robin also wants to know, how do we add more? Sign up with different emails?
Oh, exactly like Manychat. So here,
it's per page, right? It's like a page.
Yeah, per venue, per page. So you can see up here in the top corner, you can click, and here are all of the pages. You can see I've got some test stuff that makes no sense. But you can just click onto new page, and then you can add the venue name, whatever it is, and then carry on from there and add in the details like we showed you in the video earlier. So if you want to create a new account, exactly like Manychat, go here, go to the new page, and crack on.
John is having issues signing up. Hey, John, just message them. Go to the Feebi website when we're done, because you're literally looking at the support team, and message them about your connection issues. And they are very quick to get back to, I promise.
There's just a chat button at the bottom right corner.
It'll be the plus. John, add plus at the start of it. Add your country code.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It'll be
That one.
It'll be that. It'll be that. Don't worry, John. We're looking into making that easier. It's
Plus sign.
It's
It's the same on Manychat. We have to do the plus sign. It's a formatting thing.
Yeah, it's a formatting thing. It's one of those
It's
issues.
required by Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's +1 area code phone number. That's how we're going to do it. There we go. See, even Colin's like, yep, this is what it is. All right. I think we got all the questions out of the way. So I think.
Right, well, this is honestly, guys, the end of the video. So unless you got any questions, you're going to have to make sure you're going to have to get them in, because we are going to be wrapping up most probably in the next 5-ish minutes, I guess. This is the competition. If you answered, remember, #Feebi. Okay?
Everyone do it now.
Win 1 lifetime account. That means you're never going to pay for this. It is literally just going to sit there for you to use however you see fit. And honestly, yeah, like we'll never see anything out of this.
Only one, you guys. There's only one.
Literally, I think there's never going to be anybody else.
Oh, I know the answer. Oh, this is so easy, you guys. Get in. Answer the question.
Did you see that? I just went, we're never doing that ever again. He was like, no.
This is
Is it the first person who answers it? Is that who we're looking for?
No. We can select from random. Kelly, I'll let it be your best judgment how you want to do it on selecting somebody. I'll select somebody.
They're coming in quick.
They're coming in. How many channels does Feebi connect to? How many channels does... I always need the answer to these.
Because they're commenting on all these different channels, but everyone's popping in really quick.
Let's see some names. The more effort you put into this, the more I'm going to see your comment. You can obviously comment more than once, you know.
Just comment once with the answer. What we can do is we'll let them roll in, and then what I'll do is I will have you pick... Oh, gosh, I don't even know how we're going to do this randomly.
We'll let Maria pick, because Maria won't know any of the names on here, and we can go through.
Yeah, she can see the chat.
We get the newest member of the team to pick who gets to win our lovely prize. Okay.
Oh, gosh. I think, you know what? I think they should not just say the number. I think they need to write what they are, because some people are writing the right number, but the wrong platforms.
By the way, guys, I'm just going to say, okay, because this is something I want, because your answer might change, okay? Your answer might change. Instagram is in review, which means it is available. You may not have it on your side of Feebi right now, but it is available. So how many channels are available, okay? And I want to know...
A couple people getting it right.
I want to know what they are, okay? So we need the name, how many... Yeah, and that's it. I'm trying to not try and take the piss. We're trying to wind this out too long, but at the same time. Hey, John.
Oh no.
I know you can see all the channels if you sign up for Feebi.
Sorry?
I know you can see all the channels if you sign up for Feebi.
Some people are saying the wrong number. Should I just start calling now? You guys, I'm going to call out names. That doesn't mean that you win. I just want them to see who's getting the right answers so far. So we have Ta had the right answer. Nope, that one's not right. Let's see. Oh gosh. Muhammad had the right answer in terms of actually labeling them and stuff, as well as integration. Yeah, Kathleen.
John's going with all the numbers. I can see.
He's just counting. That's why I was actually label them.
John's like, if I put every number between 1 and 10, and I just make a comment for every number between 1 and 10, then I have to win.
You still get it wrong.
Yeah, right.
Right. Okay. I'm just looking at the screen.
Just to be clear, Instagram messages is part of the number that we are.
Yes.
Yes. That's what I'm trying to be. It is.
I saw a demo. It showed all 4. These are actual platforms, not integrations. In terms of Manychat is not a platform. It's an integration.
Yeah, Manychat is an integration. It is.
Yeah, let's call time. This is going to go on forever. We'll never be able.
We've already done that.
We've already done
that. The answer is 4. There's a little video. there is a Facebook Messenger, there is Google Business, there is your website. This image should say connected on Instagram, but unfortunately I didn't have that image available, so I had to go with the connected soon. There are 4 channels connected. Instagram is available. We are literally waiting any day. It could have even happened whilst we are on this call. Okay, Instagram is available. We are literally waiting for Facebook to give us the thumbs up like they did with our Facebook Messenger application. So please be expecting to be able to test and utilize everything on Instagram within a week? Hopefully, fingers crossed. A week, if not sooner. Really, and like it's not up to us. It's the Facebook gods. It's Mark Zuckerberg. We've got to pray to Zuckerberg and basically make sure he gets that reviewed sooner rather than later.
They say it's an approximate 5 days, and we're on the 5th day. So hopefully today, maybe tomorrow.
All right, so who are you guys picking as the winner? I can't pick. I know a lot of these people. I would be biased 100%. I'd be picking one of my students. So.
Maria has a completely impartial view. She has no idea who any of you are.
She does not know who y'all are. Next time we're setting up a chatbot for a drawing. My goodness. Okay.
So David Lynn, if you're listening, you got the right answer.
David Lynn.
Nice one.
Lynn. David.
Do you guys know that?
There he is.
I know David.
David Lim is the winner. Let's all give David a congratulations.
There we go. So the winner is, there we go. God, I'm so late on my slides, aren't I? The winner is.
You just got so excited.
Yeah, I forgot to click it. So everybody, it'd be lovely to see some comments congratulating David, to be honest with you. So David, please get in touch with either myself or Charlton. We'll set you all up with your free forever lifetime account.
He stayed up. It's 3 a.m.
I remember seeing David. He posted a bloody GIF in the community or group or something with like a David, what was it, Mr. Bean, and doing hashtags. And like 2 a.m. for me, guys. I'm going to be sticking around. He's stuck away.
Worth staying up for, I'd say.
He deserves it.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
He's in Australia or somewhere. So before you go, everybody, again, just a last reminder: 80% off, $99. Make sure you get it. They're not going to stick around. They'll be all gone. Trust me. And ultimately, big thank you from all of us. Okay, so thank you for staying for the last hour and 15 minutes. Sorry, it went on a little bit longer.
Yeah, it was fun.
I know it was fun. We got everybody involved. So yeah, big thank you from me. Thank you from everybody else involved. And yeah, if there are any last questions, I guess it'll be now, or we'll wrap this up.
Or join the Facebook group. So. Kevin, how do we sign up for the agency launch? I would say definitely join the group because you're always making the announcements in there.
Yes. So I saw Kevin join the group, I think, within the last 48 hours or something.
Perfect. And that's going to be next month. So
yeah,
y'all are going to want to do that for sure. Awesome. Everyone's just saying congratulations to David. I want to thank those of you who joined us today for the live launch. I actually put off my weekly live show so we could do this instead because this is just nerdy as hell. And my new show is called Let's Get Nerdy, which showcases every Wednesday. So if you want to check out Let's Get Nerdy, do that. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel or just follow me everywhere at Stellar247. Definitely take advantage of the deals that you saw today. This is your last chance. I don't even know how many of these are left. My guess is they dwindle in fast. So if you haven't taken advantage, if you missed any of today's live broadcast, the links will still be up on all the channels that you watched for today. They're not going away. You could go back, you can rewatch, share with your friends. If you have questions about Feebi, one of the best places you could go is go to the chat widget on Feebi's website. That's where I went. I was actually able to talk to Charlton the first time. I was mad impressed with the tool, and here we are today. So definitely check that out and go sign up. I would love to see really quick while we sign off for the rest of the day to just let me know in the chat, did you sign up? Are you now on Feebi? Let's just fill the chat with that so everyone can know. Yes, I'm there. Yeah. I'm in it.
As we leave and as we close off for the day, it'll be great actually to see who out of everyone.
Make Charlton feel better about doing a $99 sale.
Fix that hole in his heart now.
Yeah, fix that hole. Show him some love.
Yeah.
But yeah, show us if you've got a Feebi account. Let's see it in some of the comments, and then we'll be off. I think we're going to go for dinner, aren't we?
I believe
It's dinner time for us lot, as it's 3 a.m. for bloody
Yeah, it's
David.
bedtime for some people.
Yeah, bedtime for us.
So yeah, we'll
Awesome.
be available. If you get stuck at any point, need any help, something doesn't seem to be working right, click the icon in the bottom right, and we'll be on the other side, and we can help you out.
Awesome. And John, just so you know, again, go and get your support. But where'd he go? He said something. He still needs the phone number support. Don't forget the plus sign. Try that out. If that doesn't work, go get in the chat and they will help take care of you. So, all right, everyone. Thanks again for showing up today. And we will catch you next week for my regular show. Let's Get Nerdy Live. It's my brand new show. I have a lot of really great apps, tools, and chat marketing tricks of the trade come into the platform all summer long. Things are heating up in the chat marketing space, and you definitely want to be a part of the action. So thanks, everybody. And I guess that's it for the day. We're out, right?
Thank you, Kelly.
We're off. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Kelly. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Bye, everyone.